So we're up near Malham, a couple of miles off of Malham, and there's a start of like a funnel cloud there. It's maybe just starting to dissipate, if you can see it. Had a bit more of a point on it previously, but it's calmed down a little bit there. Maybe it was just forming. I don't know if you can see right in the center of the screen there. It was just sort of forming, but the point is less pointy now. So yeah. So that's the beginning of like a tornado. If it touches the ground, it's a tornado, but it's like a funnel cloud. Where the funnel cloud is here, we're actually right next to the River Aire. I don't know if you can just see it there. It's just a tiny little thing here. This is what flows from Malham Cove. So you can see it running up there. So that's what comes from Malham Cove, like the underground stream. We're a couple of miles off Malham. Yeah, you can hear the river flowing. So after a few minutes it dissipated, it completely disappeared. So it was a funnel cloud, and if it touched the ground, that's when it's called a tornado. Or if it touches the water, it's called a water spout. But yeah, so it was forming, but then it must just lost a bit of momentum and dissipated again. So it was almost a tornado, but it was because it was coming down quite a way. But yeah, so a funnel cloud there then. We're looking towards the River Aire source, which is at Malham Cove there. You can see the limestone. So this is the valley in which so up the top is Malham Tarn, top of here, and then this is the sort of steep valley in which the river flows down, where we were parked next to earlier on, where the tornado was forming or dissipated. We're going to head up towards Malham Tarn, but this is the little gated entrance. If you wanted to walk down to Malham Cove, I'm just going to drive up and around the edge of it. I don't know if you can see above the wall. It's quite a good view there, yeah, you can see. That's a good view up there. So that's the water just comes out the bottom of there, the start of the River Aire. And it makes its way down and flows through Leeds. All the limestone walls and that down there as well. About 25 past 5 on is it Monday or Tuesday today? Tuesday afternoon. Bit of cloud cover. Just hit 1,000-foot altitude.
I don't want to get out of the car.
So we're up on there. We're above the top of the cove escarpment now. Yeah, it is. 1,100 feet altitude. Come up from about 600 foot to 1,000, about 500 foot rise up the cove. towards Malham Tarn now. We walked all along there and everything. So we're at a little car park here. We're the only ones here. And we're at Malham Tarn, which is a glacial lake, and that there's all peat. And the lake is that way, you can't quite see it behind the trees. And there's a little boardwalk you can walk through, bird hides and different things we can have a look at. Very mossy
I
walls.
think we should do some biology tutoring tomorrow. Kind of class. I'm trying to figure it out. We didn't try. No, biology today. Right, well, what's tomorrow?
You can see the boardwalk running down there. We're going to have a little walk on that. They closed the field centre, that's here, the Field Studies Council Field Centre, which you can go to straight on. So they've had Exmoor ponies walking along here, look. What about that one?
Well, they've already gone. They've taken the longer route. Actually, the one that walked is on there. It's not the one. Like this one.
Very spongy, this boardwalk is. Look, feels like you're suddenly going to collapse. There's no wind.
No snakes.
Oh, well.
Let's slow down because Mama wants a nice ambling slowly.
This is the peatland up here, like the dome of peat. And on the other side of the dome is the lake.
Dada, what about peat makes you so excited?
It's 10 metres thick in the middle. So it's a dome. You can see the sort of dome. It's damaged a bit on the edge with a bit of drainage, but see the sort of gently sloping dome. So it's these little ponds and things knocking about, and so we're on the peat here. Careful, it's actually just, you know, it's quite there's some peaty bits which, if you're wet, watch your foot. Little pond there, look.
I feel like you're part.
Bit of flowering heather. Yeah. Bridge number 2. There's a crossroads. Which way do do we go? So wet woodland, basically. Lots of birch trees and things. All the moss kind of grown into the path, look there. It's growing around all the trees and everything. Forming little hummocks, see that? Over like a dead log, the moss is just... It's like taking over the path here, look. Another little board. That's what it says. Wet woods. It says from willow scrub, then birch, eventually see oak woodland develop. Yeah, the path's been sort of consumed by the wetland, isn't it? Yeah, they are quite.
Yeah.
I've not seen an Exmoor boning. I've seen some pools.
Bridge number 1 has only got one side to it, like with a fence. The other side's for you just to fall in.
Is it off?
Right, so we're heading. Let's have a look. Yeah, heading up towards where the Field Studies Council Centre was, but they've closed it down this way. Some buildings and things, and we can see the lake a bit over that way as well. Let's go and have a look there, so we can see. You can see the lake. That's the Tarn.
You need to go for it in a second.
So we're heading towards the Tarn. It's just there. The boardwalk has warped a lot all the time.
I know where it's meant to be. Hi.
Taking it, come off the main path. Other parts further along, I think further to that way, there's like peat banks, which are really, really deep peat banks going into the, like cliffs, peat cliffs going into the lake.
What's that bird?
That's a massive bird, actually. Massive. But there's too wet to go any further here, because at the lake edge it's wet. I'll step back so you can have a look.
I'm going to take a photo.
Oh, hold on to
I don't want to be on video. I don't want to be on video either.
Just come off the boardwalk and then onto this path, now past these old buildings. Well, that's where we've been down there. And there's all these like old disused buildings in here. It's a shame, isn't it? This whole little village is Keeper's Cottage, look. They're all, there's nobody in any of these, just deserted. It's weird, isn't it? Deserted. Hello. So we've just come over from the top on the Tarn and we're heading down a different route this time. So we're going to head down to Littondale and then down Wharfdale. So we came up via Skipton and the River Aire route, and then we've come over the top. And we're going to head down Littondale. I think they got a bit worried that we're gonna head down some amazing views down here. That joins the River Wharf a bit further down. See like a cave in there. Tremendous landscape, isn't it? Heading further down this valley, down towards Littendale, and then that flows down into the wharf. Going towards Arncliffe Village. At the bottom of two valleys, we've got the Littendale Valley going right to left, and then this one on the side here, that's just come down as well. Meets it where the village is.